Parts of the international community is trying to up the pressure on Gaza over its war on Israel, over its war in Gaza. The European Commission is threatening to suspend free trade arrangements with Israel. The bloc is Israel's biggest trading partner, and last year it accounted for over 28% of Israel's exports and nearly 34% of the country's imports. Well, let's bring in Dave Keating, France 24's Brussels correspondent. Dave, thanks so much for joining us. Just bring us up to speed with what the European Commission is proposing exactly.
Yeah, this would be a downgrading of the EU's trade relations with Israel. It would basically take those relations from privileged down to normal. It's partially targeting the huge amount of trade that the EU and Israel do with each other. Specifically would target 37% of the total amount of trade. That's equal to 5.8 billion euros. Now, this would involve costs if essentially they're tariffs that would be on these Israeli imports, and it would involve 220 million euros in costs. Of course, as we know with tariffs, those costs would partially be borne out by consumers. Now, also the Commission is proposing to sanction two far-right members of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet. That is the National Security Minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, and the Finance Minister, Bezalel Smotrich, while also adding more members of Hamas to the sanctions list. The thing is, though, both of those things need approval by EU national governments, so it's anything but certain that this is actually going to happen. The trade suspension would need a majority vote in the European Council, a majority of the 27 EU countries, but the sanctions would need a unanimous vote. Now, that's almost sure not to happen because we still have these blocking countries, which are Germany, Italy, Austria, Hungary, and Czechia. So together, they can also block a majority vote, a qualified majority vote, to have those trade measures taken. So all eyes are on them. EU representatives just had a meeting tonight where they discussed this issue, and I'm told Germany and Italy were fairly quiet in that meeting. So they're going to be really the ones to watch here. I should point out that the Commission is going ahead with something it can do unilaterally, and that's suspending 14 million euros in direct support from the EU executive to Israel, but that isn't very much money.
Dave, thank you so much for that update. Great to have that from you. Thank you for joining us.